In this video, I'm going to redraft the top 5 picks of the 2009 MLB draft based on what I feel is the best fit for that team. With the 5th pick in the 2009 MLB draft, the Orioles would take Steven Strasburg, and I really wanted to put JD Martinez at the number 5 spot because he was a tremendous hitter. But if you look at the early to mid 2010s Orioles teams, they really needed that dominant strikeout pitcher that did really well and could really help them in the playoffs. Assuming that the Orioles would wait just a little bit to call up Strasburg, they would absolutely have team control over him. So that would work really well, and I think that 2014 team could have done some damage with Steven Strasburg on that squad. With the 4th pick in the 2009 MLB draft, the Pirates would take Paul Goldschmidt. Again, like the Orioles, the Pirates had some really good teams in the early to mid 2010s, but one thing that they didn't have was a consistent first baseman. They were always in a first base limbo during that time, but if you put Paul Goldschmidt on that team, that's a complete game changer. I mean, 2013, whenever Paul Goldschmidt probably had his best season, you put him, who was the runner-up of the NL MVP that season, and you have the NL MVP himself, Andrew McCutchen. That offense is going to look really good. With the 3rd pick in the 2009 MLB draft, the Padres would take Zach Wheeler. And I know Paul Goldschmidt beats Wheeler in the longevity game, and in most cases he would be taken ahead. But if you look at the Padres from 2011 to 2019, they weren't even close to a winning season. So even with Paul Goldschmidt being a very good player, I just don't know how much he would have benefited that team. But in the past few seasons, the Padres have become a consistent playoff team, and Zach Wheeler has become one of the best pitchers in baseball in the last few years. So you put him on those teams. I think that's where the Padres benefit most, and assuming that they would pay Wheeler, knowing that they spent more money going into 2020, I think this will work out really well for the Padres. With the 2nd pick in the 2009 MLB draft, the Mariners would take Nolan Arenado. Since he didn't get called up until 2013, this works out really well for the squad because the Mariners were sort of teetering around playoff contention, in the mid to late 2010s, and if they were able to retain Nolan Arenado, that 2022 Mariners team could really make a run if he's still playing at an all-time level like he's capable of doing. But before I go to number 1, if you like this video and you want some more, please like, subscribe, or follow, depending on what platform you're on, for more top 5 MLB lists like these. With the 1st overall pick in the 2009 MLB draft, in most cases, the Nationals probably still take Steven Strasburg. He helped them win a World Series, was a big part in that, and they probably don't want to mess up the butterfly effect. But there's a player on this list that's just way too good not to take, and I'm sure with all the really good 2010s Nationals teams, they could take Mike Trout, and I'm sure they would either come close or they would win a World Series in that time frame.